Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to SoulSpace podcast number 133. Yay. We are still talking about intention this week
Yes.
and setting those intentions. And today we're going to talk a little bit about understanding the signs of alignment. Carissa had a question from someone. And we thought we'd kind of bring it up because it's a question that a lot of people ask.
Yeah, and I think it was a great question. It's a great question from a viewer. So thank you guys for interacting with us and letting us know your questions because
Yeah.
we love that and we can answer them on the podcast. And every time we have a question, it expands our own thoughts and knowledge on a
Right.
topic and makes us think about things in a new way. So we love questions.
Yeah.
I love questions. There's no such thing as a bad question or a wrong question. There's just a question. It's something you don't know about, right?
Right.
And if we don't know, we'll tell you, well, I don't know either. But sometimes we have some answers or things that can help you along your way too. And so we thought we'd kind of share a little bit about now that you've really started to set your intention for the year, you're going to be start creating things deliberately in your year going forward.
Yeah.
And how do you interpret the signs of alignment, the different signs and things that you're getting or things that you're seeing or experiencing? I think that's a great question.
Yeah, it really is. And, a lot of people that watch our podcast are people that are just starting to learn about the law of attraction or haven't done it very long and don't really understand how it works. And so questions are awesome because we were there once too.
Right.
And we still are learning.
We're still learning.
Asking questions.
I learn all the time.
Right. Yeah. So don't be scared to ask a question because sometimes, like this one, we've had that experience before and we know how to answer it.
When we answer questions, it expands all of us
Right.
in new ways, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, sure is. Awesome. All right. So should we talk about it first and then read, or do we want to read a little first and then talk about
I
it?
think we want to read a little bit about the topic, and then we'll go into the specific questions because I think they kind of expand each other a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so we just have a little piece out of Ask and It Is Given, Learning to Manifest Your Desires by Esther J. Hicks. Of course, one of our favorites, but a lot of times we talk about the methods at the end that they give us to deliberately create our lives. But this is actually like another section of it that we have never read before.
And look, she used the magic as a bookmark.
I use the magic as my bookmark because, of course, I have The Magic with Me as Well by Rhonda Byrne, which is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
For deliberate intent, that's a great one. Which we also have The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent, The Art of Allowing by Esther J. Hicks as well, because, all the books.
You never know.
You never know what's going to be relevant.
Right.
So if you do have Ask and It Is Given, I'm in chapter 7. You are standing on the leading edge of thought.
I love this chapter.
It's a great chapter, and it's not very long either, so buckle up, it won't be very long. We like to refer to the place where you are standing as the leading edge of thought. For as you stand there in your physical body, in your physical environment, having your physical experience, you are the furthermost extension of that which we are. All that has ever been before is culminating into that which you now are. And just as all of your experience from the time of your birth into your physical body until now has culminated into who you now are, all that has ever been experienced by all that is has culminated into all that is now being experienced in the physical life experience on Earth. As every person on your planet is having experiences that are causing their desires to be born, a sort of mass summoning is occurring, which literally equals the evolution of your planet. And so, the more you interact, the more your personal preferences are being identified and radiated, and the more of your preferences that are being radiated, the more are being answered. As such, a powerful stream of source energy is now stretched out before you, from which your individual personal preferences will be received. In other words, Because of what so many have lived and are living, and because of the summoning power of so many of their desires, the well-being of your future experience is well in place. And, in like manner, your current desires will, in turn, provide an energy stream for future generations to benefit from. I think that that section is really interesting because it talks about how not only those before us have created energy, like an energy wave that we're riding on, but
Mm-hmm.
we are part of that creation and get to
Yeah.
move and shift and create with that energy and create more and more and more and carry that edge with us
Yeah.
into the future.
I love that. And it just is testimony that we are all part of one big energy. And when we learn how to use that energy, it we can really do some amazing things for ourselves.
Right.
And to share and to help others raise their vibration too. So yeah, I love that.
And learning to use and allow the law of attraction in our lives helps
Mm-hmm.
us to learn how to mold and shape and create that energy into things that we are wanting to create for ourselves, for the
Yeah,
world, for future generations, for
right.
anything.
Yeah,
Literally anything
yeah.
from a small button to a, revolution of spiritual happiness,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
anything in between.
yeah, yeah. It can be physical and spiritual things. It can be um abundance or a feeling.
Mhm.
It can be so many different things and it really all works together and all comes together. So,
And to be honest, I don't see physical things as separate from spiritual.
right.
I see everything as created from the same energy.
Yeah.
And so all of
Yeah.
them have equal value.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was created because it is valued by people and they're interested
Yeah.
in it and they created it and there were, so everything is energy and everything is the same energy. There's no difference between what we'd see as physical or what we would see as spiritual. It's just how we experience it, how we interact
Yeah.
with it, how it was created, what the intention of it was,
Mm-hmm.
and so for me, I don't see them as separate.
Right.
I think people get hung up on physical and spiritual being separate, but they're not separate. They're all created by the same energy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they all are the same energy.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when I was going through coaching and being coached by one of my mentors, and he asked me what I wanted, and I told him, and he said, "But why do you want that?" And I told him, and then he said, "But why?" And he kept going, why? And it came down to the feeling,
Mhm.
not an actual thing, but the feeling that that thing would give me. And then he I had a big aha moment that, oh, I don't need all that stuff to have the feeling that I'm looking for.
Mhm.
And it was so cool to understand that part of the energy thing. It didn't mean that I still didn't want the thing that I wanted, but I could feel it before I had it, and then I could create it
You
easier.
knew what the vibration
Right.
was
Yeah.
that you wanted,
Yep.
so that you can begin to bring in those things that match that vibration
Hmm.
by experiencing the emotion that matched the vibration.
Yeah. Yeah. It
That makes so
was
much
such
sense.
a huge aha moment that I'll never forget. And
Yeah.
that coach was so good at bringing those things out in people that it was
Mhm.
really cool. Yeah.
You feel it first.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what Abraham says is you feel your way
Hmm.
forward.
Yeah.
Your
Exactly.
internal GPS, right?
Hmm.
Your emotional
It
guidance
is for
system.
sure. Yeah.
Mhm.
Very awesome.
I love that story because it's so poignant and it makes so much sense with what we're going to talk about today.
Yes.
So I'll continue a little bit and then we'll
Okay.
switch. If you can desire it, the universe can produce it.
Hmm.
If your involvement in your time-space reality inspires within you any sincere desire, then the universe has the means to supply the results that you seek. Because your ability to reach for more expands with each achievement that came before, the expansion may feel breathtaking to those just coming to understand the power of it, but it may feel absolutely normal to those who have already come to understand and expect well-being to flow constantly into their experience. The stream of well-being flows even if you do not understand that it does. But when you consciously become aligned with it, your creative endeavors become so much more satisfying. And then you discover that there's absolutely nothing that you desire that you cannot achieve. It works whether you understand it or not.
It does.
It does. It is not necessary that you fully understand the complexities of this eternally expanding environment in order to reap the benefits of that which has come, of that which it has become. But it is necessary that you find a way to go with the flow of the well-being that is stretched out before you. So in that effort, we offer these words. There is only a stream of well-being that flows. You can allow it or resist it, but it flows just the same. You would not walk into a brightly lit room and look for the dark switch. In other words, you would not expect to find the switch that would flood an inky darkness into the room to cover the brightness of the light. You would find a switch that would resist the light, for in the absence of the light, there is darkness. And in like manner, there is no source of evil, but there could be a resisting of that which you believe is good, just as there is not a source of sickness, but there could be resisting of the natural well-being.
Yeah, I like that, the switch with the darkness.
Yeah.
And you think, wow, there are people that will come into a room and kind of switch that. And it's cool when you notice the difference in energy when you're going about your day and you go into a room where there's other people and
you can kind of feel it out,
Yeah.
Who's allowing, who's in that good feeling space, who's resisting, who's, allowing a spiral of a bad day, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of times just by looking at somebody's face, you can tell where they're at.
Yeah.
Whether they're allowing or resisting, whether they're feeling satisfied or above or less than. And that really is what it is it shows you where you are vibrationally, right? We talked about that.
Yeah.
But I really like how they say it's about the resistance.
Yeah.
It's the resistance that either, you can pinch off a hose or you can let it flow.
Right.
Are you pinching your hose off of well-being or are you allowing it to flow? And I think it's just really cool how they kind of bring the light switch into that.
It is. And if you don't realize that that's what you're doing, you can't stop doing it. But once you figure that out, it's so easy to switch up the energy when you want to.
By checking in and going, where am I at? What? Okay, continue.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Without asking, you will receive no answer. Sometimes people will compliment Esther for being able to receive the wisdom of Abraham and for putting it into written or spoken word for others to experience and receive benefit from. And we also add our appreciation to that. But we also want to point out that Esther's receiving and translation of our vibration is only part of the equation. Without the asking that precedes it, there could be no answering. The people of your times are benefiting dramatically from the experiences of those generations that preceded you. For through the experiences that they lived and the desires that were generated within them, the summoning began. And today you are the ones on the leading edge of reaping the benefits of what those past generations asked for. At the same time, you are continuing to ask, and you are now summoning, and on it goes. So when you see how, if you can find a way to allow it, there is an avalanche of well-being at your fingertips, ripe for plucking, provided you are in vibrational alignment with it. And can you not see why, since there is never a crowd on the leading edge, you are not going to have a lot of people you can talk to about this. These days, there are some people experiencing intense hardships or traumas. And because of how they are living right now, their asking is in a heightened and intense place. And because of the intensity of their request, Source is responding in kind. And although the person who is doing the asking is usually so involved with the trauma that they are not personally receiving the benefit of their own asking, future generations, or even current generations who are not right now disallowing, are receiving the benefit of that asking. It's so cool that this is relevant no matter when you read it.
Yeah.
It was relevant the first time I read this book, and now seeing it again, it's like, wow, this is exactly what's going on again, and it no matter where you're at, this is happening to someone anywhere.
Right. And you know what's really beautiful is, so they're saying by you or me or anyone asking, shooting our rockets of desire into our vortex, as Abraham likes to say, as each of us does that, we create more that we can receive ourselves, but that also everyone else can receive, if they're willing to allow it. Allow that abundance we're asking for, allow the love that we're asking for, allow the peacefulness within our lives that we're asking for, allow the new cars and everything that we're asking for, they say benefits us as a collective universe. How beautiful is that?
I know.
How beautiful is that? So even if you're not receiving it, allowing yourself to receive it yourself, you are benefiting others by your thoughts and by your desires and by your expansion of yourself.
Right.
That's wonderful.
It is awesome.
I always hear things in a new way.
Yeah,
I read these.
I do too. And that one really hit me.
Me too.
There's one more little paragraph here. We are giving this to you by way of helping you understand there is an unlimited stream of well-being and abundance of all manner of things available to you at all times. But you must be in alignment with the receiving of those things. You cannot stand in resistance of them and receive them at the same time. So beautiful. And so relevant right now with everything that's going on and around us, if people could just understand that they're creating it by their thoughts, the trauma and drama and whatever that they get stuck in. If they can learn to change their thoughts, it can be so much of a better world for them and for everyone around them.
There's a way out. There is a lifeboat.
Right.
But you have to stick with it long enough to see the results.
Exactly.
And that's where people kind of struggle a little bit, is like, they hit a bump in the road and then they feel like they've been flown off of the carriage when all they did was just bump off their seat a little bit. And so that's one thing that can be difficult at the beginning, is building enough momentum where you're in that good feeling place more of the time. And that's the thing. Once you hit critical mass there, it's all uphill from there, like in the best way. Right? Once that momentum builds, it goes, whoo, well, that's a lot easier, isn't it? But it's getting to that point and allowing yourself the grace of not doing it perfectly. And knowing that there's going to be bumps in the road, because that's just how this world is. And that's part of the sifting and sorting of life.
And that's how you learn what you don't want so that you can know what you do want,
And sometimes it's calling your attention to where you're at. This is where you're at. The universe is showing you this is where you're at. So you can acknowledge, oh, this is where I'm at. Is it where I want to be? Yes or no? So I can start moving towards what I want, right? And so your experience tells you that too. And sometimes, like I said, it takes a little bit for that momentum to build up even if you are in a good feeling place. So don't
Right.
give up too early.
Yeah.
Don't give up too early. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many times, so many examples of that,
Yeah.
where people give up too early. And it's like people that bought Apple at 6 and then they sold it at 10.
Yeah.
Come on.
Or that never did buy it. And I could have
Yeah.
retired a long time ago.
Not too.
Yeah. Yeah. So funny.
Sifting and sorting, creative
Right.
forward.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, I didn't know what I didn't know then, though. But so,
Exactly.
yeah.
And who knew?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I did know, but I didn't act on it. Anyway, yeah.
That's life.
Yeah.
Sometimes we
I
don't
mean,
follow our own guidance.
right. If I would have known now what I didn't know then, whatever. Would have been different, but
Right.
you can't know till you learn, until you go through those experiences, really.
Right. You learned a lot from that, didn't you?
Yeah, sure did.
I learned a lot from my worst experiences too, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that
Yeah.
was a real big growth period.
Right.
And look where I am now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Happy as a clam in the sand.
Yeah. For sure. Okay, so open the floodgates and let your well-being flow in. See yourself right where you are now as the beneficiary of the powerful stream of well-being. Try to imagine that you are basking in the flow of this powerful stream. Make an effort to feel yourself as a leading edge beneficiary of this unlimited stream and smile and try to accept that you are worthy of it. Your ability to feel your worthiness of the powerful stream of well-being will undoubtedly depend on what is happening in your life right now. Under some conditions, you feel utterly blessed, and under others, you feel not so blessed. And it is our desire that as you read this book, you will come to understand that the degree you feel blessed and expect good things to flow to you, this indicates the level of your state of allowing. And to the degree that you do not feel blessed, where you do not expect good things to come to you, this indicates your degree of resistance. And it is our desire that as you continue to read, you will be able to release any habits of thought that have resulted in your disallowing of the stream. We want you to understand that that if it were not for resistant thoughts you have picked up along your physical trail that are not in vibrational alignment with the stream of well-being, you would be right now a full receiver of that stream. For you are a literal extension of it. You and how you feel is all that is responsible for whether you let in your inheritance of well-being or not. And while those around you may influence you more or less to allow or not allow that stream, it is ultimately all up to you. You can open the floodgates and let in your well-being, or you can choose thoughts that keep you pinched off from what is yours. But whether you allow it or resist it, the stream is constantly flowing to you, never ending, never tiring, always there for your reconsideration. I love that just knowing that even though you've probably pinched some things off that were good that were coming to you, they're still coming. Doesn't mean it's the end of it.
Right.
It doesn't mean it's only going to be awful from now on.
Nope, doesn't.
You always have good things coming to you no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah, really good.
What I was thinking about is in here, it talks about you're worthy of receiving the stream of well-being. I think we should do one freedom release on that.
Sure.
Just right now.
Yeah.
I just felt like we should do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so to do the freedom release, super easy. We've talked about it a million times. Whether you've seen us or not, all you have to do is take a deep breath in and hold. We'll say a statement. You say that statement in your mind, and then you blow it out like a big stream of air. And that releases it from your conscious and your subconscious and kind of gets them in alignment with that same thought process. And then we do a fill up the same way.
Yep.
Where you fill up with the program that you do want. And I just want to do one
Okay.
on that. All right, you guys, so just take a deep breath in and blow it out. All right, so I want you to take a deep breath in and hold. I release all resistance to knowing that I am worthy of receiving the stream of well-being. Good. We'll do a fill up with that. Take a deep breath in and hold. I'm filled with love, joy, and appreciation because I know I'm worthy of receiving all the well-being that is on its way to me right now. Ooh, I got chills. That feels good. It feels good.
Thought of that.
Yeah,
I'm glad it came to you.
We just need to release that. Let's let that go. We are totally all
Right.
worthy, and we should be receiving the well-being that's on its way to us now.
Yeah.
We've created it. We've helped create it. We're riding that wave.
Right.
Let's really allow the wave to carry us to a beautiful and wonderful and fun space.
Yeah. Yeah.
But with all of the things that we've asked for.
Yeah. Because why not?
Because why not is the best question you could ever ask yourself. Why not?
Right. Yeah.
Why should I not?
Mm-hmm.
There's no why should you not. There's a
No.
why should I?
Right.
All the reasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
I should. And I am.
Yeah.
Here's the last part of this, and then we'll go into our question.
Yeah.
You are in the perfect position to get there from here. Nothing has to change in your environment or in the circumstances that surround you for you to begin to deliberately allow your own connection with the stream of well-being. You could be in prison. You could have been diagnosed with a terminal illness. You could be facing bankruptcy, or you could be in the middle of a divorce. Still, you are in the perfect place right now to begin. And we also want you to understand that this will not require a great deal of time, for it only requires a simple understanding of the universal laws and a determination to move forward toward a state of allowing. When you drive your vehicle from place to place, you have an awareness of your starting place, as well as an awareness of where you are going. You accept that you cannot get there instantaneously. You accept that you will travel the distance, and in time, you will arrive at your destination. And while you may feel anxious to get there, and you may even tire of the journey, you do not get so discouraged in the midway mark that you just turn around and go back to your starting place. You do not drive back and forth from your starting point to the midway point and then finally collapse from the never-ending journey. You do not announce your inability to accomplish your journey. You accept the distance between your starting place and where you desire to be, and you continue to move in the direction of your destination. You understand what is required, and you do it. And we want you to come to know that the journey between where you are and where you want to be on all subjects can be just as easily understood. Don't give up before you get there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And keep that intention in the front of your mind, so that you're not forgetting about it. And even when you're having a bad day, think about what your intention is, and know that that's just a bump in the road. It's not something that's going to take that dream away from you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And just because you maybe went this direction,
right,
instead of straightforward towards your desire, doesn't mean that you're any further away from it. It just means you need to course correct, which we talked about last week.
Yeah.
And a lot of you who have been with us, even working on this, you probably started to see some things that show you're in alignment with your certain desires. And that's kind of where our viewer question comes in, and where we kind of want to talk a little bit about knowing the signs of it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a great question.
So it's a great question. So one of the things that a lot of us are working on right now are allowing our abundance to increase in many different ways.
Yeah.
Whether it's monetarily, whether it's in positive relationships, whether it's in abundance of opportunities, whatever it is, a lot of us are working on abundance in some form. And so the viewer question came in asking about, okay, so when I look at a certain thing, all of a sudden I start seeing it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
But with other things that I look at, they might not be might not be seeing them everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is the universe trying to tell me that I should have that one thing, or is it trying to tell me something different?
Okay.
And it made me really start to think about, okay, well, when we start to see different signs and signals, so let's say there's something you really want. So we've
Mm-hmm.
talked about in some previous podcasts, if you want a specific car.
Yeah.
And you start thinking about that car and you think about the color that you want. Like, I want this blue car and I want it to be an SUV and I want it to be a Honda and I want to all these different things that you want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden you start seeing that car. And then you see that car. And then you see that car. And you see 3 of those cars.
Yeah.
You start seeing those cars, right? And then you end up getting a car like it, but not the same car.
Right.
But an opportunity comes through that brings the vibration of what you've asked for that car.
Mm-hmm.
So what's happening when you're starting to see things that you're thinking about or things related to abundance is really what it is. What you're seeing is the vibration of what you're manifesting in your life, showing you that you're in alignment with that vibration.
Yeah.
So even if, let's say, you're thinking about that car, you're like, oh man, I really want that. I'm so excited. I can't wait for that car to come into my life. You're really feeling in alignment with it. You're driving, you're feeling great. You know you're in that allowing space. And then you start to see coins everywhere. You start to see dimes and nickels and pennies and things. You're like, I don't want dimes and nickels and pennies. I want a new car.
Yeah.
But what you're seeing is that vibration
Right.
in your life in different ways. So you're seeing all of these coins come to you, which are signs of abundance, which are money, which shows you're in alignment, you're on the right path, keep going, right? So you might see let's see, what else could you might see luxury items, you might see jewelry that you were like, oh, that's gorgeous, I'd love to have that. You might see other people walking around, carrying really expensive things. Oh man, I really like that. That's the thing that I'm really interested in. Everybody knows Carissa loves designer bags, right? So I might be like, ooh, that's a gorgeous Chanel. I love Chanel. And I get into that feeling of like, oh, it's just one of my favorite things. I'm so enjoying seeing that. It shows you things that you enjoy, things that will surprise and delight you, things that are fun, things that are along the lines of abundance. It's that vibration of what you've been asking for, showing you're in that alignment space and to keep going. It's the signs, right? So when you see something come into your experience, whether it's something that you've been thinking about specifically or not, doesn't matter. When you see something and it strikes you, think to yourself, what is the vibration of that thing? What does it make me feel? What is that vibration of that thing? So like, if you think about the example of a car or a luxury car, that is a sign of abundance for many people. Right? That's a symbol of luxury. It's a symbol of something that we often need, but it's also something that we desire that is more abundant, that is symbolizes money, that symbolizes that type of thing, right? Or, the coins is another thing. It's a symbol of abundance, it's a symbol of money, it's a symbol of a lot of different things, right? And so think about what is the vibration of it? Now, what is the thing? Is the universe trying to tell you that you should have that thing? Well, the universe will never tell you should have something. But it's showing you these different signs to say you're on the right path. You get to decide what it is that you want.
And if it's something bigger than normal or more expensive than you normally would think of having, and it keeps repeating and keeps coming, it's showing you that you're raising your vibration to a different abundance level. So it's coming. You're getting ready to be ready, like Esther says. It's coming your way, and you're doing the right things and the right work to get those things that you want.
And what it's showing you is you're on your way and you're allowing
Yeah.
those things that you have asked for
Yeah.
to come into your experience. And it's showing you in these many varied and different ways,
Right.
with different objects or experiences or surprises and delights, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So it might not be that specific thing that you're seeing everywhere.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
it's the vibration of it.
Yeah.
And that you're in alignment with the vibration of it. And
Yeah.
you're receiving those things you asked for that are on that vibratory level.
Right. And so if it is something that you're seeing and it is something that you want and you keep seeing it over and over again, don't forget to picture yourself having that instead of just, oh, it's in my field of abundance, or it's starting to, I'm starting to feel that I'm on that level of having. If you don't picture yourself in that thing, like in that car or whatever, sometimes you'll manifest it in your field of vision, but not for you. And I remember somebody was doing that. They wanted a specific car and a specific color and all that. And they were working so hard, and that was probably why it happened the way
That's a
it
big
did.
problem when you work
Yeah.
too hard.
And
try too
he
hard.
said, I've been wanting it so bad for so long. And the neighbor pulled up in the exact car that she wanted, the exact color and everything. And it was her next door neighbor. And she wondered, why did this happen? And she felt like, oh, I can't have it because now my neighbor has it. But that's not true. There's so much abundance out there, and it's for everybody. There's enough for everyone. So if that's what you really want, and now you saw it drive up into your neighbor's driveway and you thought, oh yeah, that is what I want, then keep going, keep working.
Right.
And don't work so hard that you're pushing it away. Allow it to come in.
Right. So
keep
there's
thinking of it.
Right. There's a difference. So what's really
Right.
cool about that experience is look how close it got to her. Her
Yeah.
next door neighbor had it, you guys.
Yeah.
And then she gave up. Like,
Yeah.
why would you give? That would be
Right.
the perfect time to go, oh my gosh, it's
Yeah.
right here. I'm so
Yeah.
excited that she has one because now we can be twinsies.
Yeah.
Because now I know
Yeah.
mine is on my way to me. How good does that feel?
Right.
And that's the thing, is a lot of people try to push something into being, and that's creating resistance, right? We talk about that. But when you're allowing, you celebrate that other people have that thing too. Oh my gosh, I can't wait, because then we can talk about all the good and wonderful things that we both have in our car together. And that's going to be wonderful. And how cool will it be to see her, have her see me pull up, and then we can go, oh my gosh, I didn't know you wanted that same car. And we can have a wonderful conversation.
Yeah.
And you think about all the wonderful things about having that thing that you want. And we're talking about objects, but it could be anything, experiences, what have you, partners, wonderful friends, whatever. But if you think about, you can celebrate that other people are experiencing that level of abundance.
Yeah.
You know that abundance is on its way to you also, and that you can experience it.
Yeah.
And you also think about, I've decided to have it. I know it's on its way to me.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to see it manifest in my personal physical experience too, because look how close it is.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, is whatever way you're feeling about it is where you're at on the scale of receiving it.
Yeah.
So where are you at on the scale of receiving that thing when you think about it?
Yeah.
Right. And for me, I've had situations where it's so easy and it came to me just as I had pictured it.
Yeah.
And there were times where I know that I was resisting it.
Yeah.
Right. And I've told some stories of that on our podcast.
Yeah.
And so just consider that if you're starting to see things that match the vibration of what you've been asking for, that's your sign to keep going. That's your sign that the things you've been asking for are on their way to you. And whether it's very specifically the things that you've been asking for that you're seeing, or it's something that matches that vibration, it's all the same.
Yeah.
It's all the same, and it's all for you to say, don't give up now. Don't give up now. Keep going now. Start allowing and really start to feel and experience the joy of having everything that you've already consciously and subconsciously co-created, and that should be coming to you from your is coming to you from your vortex if you allow it.
Right. Yeah.
That should be coming to you because you should be allowing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't use
Absolutely.
the word should a lot, but that's the
Right. But
situation.
that is a should. Yeah. And the cool thing about that story with the car is, she went and got to sit in the car and really manifest, think about, pretend she was driving and sitting in the actual car. Well, the cool thing was that she realized she really didn't want that color. She wanted a different color. And she noticed that right away and thought, oh, that's why this probably happened, because I really, it gave her clarity on what she wanted, what she really wanted. So, and it wasn't all about the color. She realized too that it was the car, it didn't really, she didn't need to be so specific on it. So there were other options out there that were better for her that she realized once she sat in the car that she thought she wanted.
So each time that it came into her experience, she also got clarity on what she wanted.
Right. Yeah.
So how beautiful is that
Yeah.
as well? So
Yeah.
as you're going along, that's another thing that they may be
Yeah.
showing you so you can sift and sort.
Yeah.
Like an example of like a bag, like a luxury
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah.
When you see it online, it's one thing, but when you see somebody carrying it, you might be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, I really like that, but I want a different color," or "Oh, I
Yeah.
really like that, but I like the way that the signature is on this piece versus this piece."
Right.
Or I want silver hardware, gold hardware, or
Yeah.
I want a certain, I thought I like the dome top, but I actually like, the flat top, or
Right.
I like the non-zipper closure, whatever. I
Yeah.
like the look of this better than that.
Mhm.
And so, like you said, like she realized after having it so close up that that's not exactly what she wanted.
Yeah.
And she got to have clarity on her own desire,
Yeah.
which helped her to create more of what she actually wanted.
Yeah.
And she didn't even know that.
Right.
So the universe conspires to bring you more of what you
Exactly
really
what you
want.
Yeah. Yeah. Course corrected for her.
It did.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful.
Really cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful. Love it.
Yeah.
And so that was such a good question. I was so happy that
That was
they
an
brought it
awesome
forward for
question.
us.
Right.
Because it's like it's so relevant to what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Because as you clarify your intentions, you begin to see manifest those things in your life, and you start to see signs and symbols of that. And as you're watching for it, you're like, well, why am I getting all of this thing when I want this other thing?
Yeah.
Well, it's showing you that you're on the right path, and it's showing you to keep going. That's what it's showing you. It's not about, well, you can't have that thing, you're gonna have this instead. No.
Right.
It's saying you can have this and this and this and this, and you want this, and is this exciting? Is this delightful for you? And so it'll just keep doing that, right?
And it also shows you that even if you took the wrong path, you're still gonna get there. You never make the wrong choice. You're gonna find a different way to get there, no matter what, if it's meant for you to have. So
Right. And if you've decided to have it, you can.
Right. Yeah. So it's just cool to learn how to work with the energy and to play. Don't make it so serious all the time, right?
Right. And the more fun you have, the more fun there is to be had.
And the easier it's gonna be to create what you want.
We like ease.
Yeah.
And fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you deserve to have both in your life. And a lot of people, that's one of the things that they want to create in their life is ease and fun.
Yeah.
So why not start there?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? You feel it first.
Yeah, you do. Yeah. Yeah, so good.
So good.
All right, Carissa, where can we find you?
Well, if you're looking for me somewhere besides YouTube, but if you want to look on YouTube, which is where we are right now, we're at SoulSpace Podcast. Nothing before, nothing after.
All one word.
All one word. At SoulSpace Podcast.
Yeah.
YouTube. And if you want to find me other places, I'm on Facebook at Light of Hope Healing, which is fairly easy to find me. And I have a square site, which is light-of-hope-square.site. Light of Hope Healing with a bunch of dashes in between .square.site, something like that. But if you just go to my Facebook, there's the link on there. It's fine. Yeah. Just do that. Yeah. It'll be easy. You can find all my other things I'm working on there as well. Yeah. And then we can find us on Facebook together at our SoulSpace as well. We post our classes and things. Yeah. So what our office is, yeah? Yeah. SoulSpace. And then
It's a
Tracy.
feel-good space.
Oh, it's a great space. Everybody who comes in here always comments about the energy. We're like,
Yeah.
we know.
Yeah.
We love it
We
too.
love it. Yeah. Yeah.
We keep it that way on
We
purpose.
do. We work on that. Yeah.
We do. Well, Tracy, if people want to dig deeper into what you're up to right now, where can they find you?
I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Inspired Signals and Inspired Signals Studio. I also have a website, inspiredsignals.com. Easy. And all my links are there too. So one place, click on the link that you want to enjoy and you'll find me.
Yeah, the beauty of a website.
Yeah. 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 I haven't updated much on there lately, but it's all there.
Right.
Yeah.
And more to come, especially with
Right.
classes and things coming down
Yep.
the pipeline.
Yeah, and I still haven't set my dates, so I've been busy this week.
That's
last
all right,
week.
Tracy. You've been manifesting a lot of good and beautiful and wonderful things
Yeah,
in
I've
your
been
business.
having a lot of fun, so it's good.
So
good
we will all wait patiently, somewhat,
for our art class.
for your art classes.
Yeah.
Kind of.
We'll next month. We'll say next month.
Okay, we will be
For
excited when they come down. Well, let's be very specific. I will be very excited when we set the dates for those.
Yes, yes. Do that soon. I was gonna do it today, but then of course a squirrel came along and I went somewhere else.
Happens
I
to all
did
of us,
something
folks.
else
Right?
instead.
We all go squirrel every
Yeah.
once in a while.
Yeah. I have that squirrely mind, yeah. But it's all good. So we will see you next time. One more week only, right?
I don't know.
This
Yeah,
month.
we have one more week of January.
already
So we
the-
get to continue to talk
Almost the
about
end of January.
intentions.
Yeah. Intentions is a good subject.
It's a good subject. I mean, we
Yeah.
could do a whole year on intentions. Maybe we
Right.
will, but probably not.
Yeah.
We are too squirrel creatively minded. That we
Right.
just need to do lots of all of the
Lots
things.
of different things. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see you next time.
All
Who
right,
knows
we
what
can't
we'll do.
wait. See you
Yeah.
next week, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.